Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about something that will change the way you see love forever. You have been told a lie, a dangerous, destructive lie that has been sold to you in movies, in songs, and by friends who mean well, but don't know any better. The lie is this, that when a man pulls away, you must hold on tighter. That distance is the enemy of love. That if you give him space, he will forget about you. That if you're not there in his face every single day, he will find someone else who is. That is a lie. And it is the very reason so many women are exhausted, frustrated, and feeling like they are running a race they can never win. Let me tell you what happens when you're in a relationship and you feel that distance creeping in. You feel it in your gut. Maybe he's not texting like he used to. Maybe his phone is a little quieter. Maybe the time you used to spend together has been cut in half. And right away, your mind goes to the worst place. Fear grips you. A panic sets in that feels like you are holding a handful of water and watching it slip through your fingers. And the more you squeeze, the faster it disappears. So what do? You start chasing. You start calling more. You start questioning. You start needing constant reassurance. You say things like, "Do you still love me? And why haven't you called? And are you seeing someone else?" And every single time you do that, you are pushing him further away. You have to understand the male mind. I'm going to tell you something that might sound strange, but it is the absolute truth. A man's ego is built on his freedom. It's built on his ability to handle his own life, to be the provider and the protector, to have his own mission. When you are constantly chasing him, you aren't showing love. You are showing a lack of trust. You are showing a lack of respect for his space. And when a man feels like he's being chased, caged, or smothered, his natural instinct isn't to love you more. His natural instinct is to run. He feels like you see him as a project, not as a man. I've seen it happen 100 times. The woman who is secure in herself, the woman who has her own life, her own passion, her own purpose, that is the woman who pulls a man closer without saying a single word. She doesn't need to post about him on social media every hour to prove she's with him. She doesn't need to check his location. She doesn't need to interrogate him about his day. She loves him, yes, but she loves herself more. And that is the most attractive thing in the world to a man. You see, a man wants a partner, not a prisoner. He wants someone who chooses to be with him, not someone who feels like they need him to survive. This is where the wisdom starts. If you are a woman who has felt that anxiety, I need you to listen very carefully to me. I know it feels counterintuitive. I know that your heart is screaming at you to hold on, but you have to let go. You have to let go of the illusion that you can control how he feels by how much attention you give him. The only thing you can control is you. And the most powerful thing you can do when you feel distance is to create your own space. Don't wait by the phone. Don't count the hours between texts. Don't create problems in your head before they even exist. What you need to do is get busy. Get busy being you. Get busy with your friends. Get busy with your business. Get busy with your health. Get busy with your purpose. The moment you shift your focus from him to you is the moment the dynamic shifts entirely. And here's why. When you stop chasing, you stop looking desperate. When you stop looking desperate, you look valuable. And when you look valuable, you become a priority. It is a law of nature. You cannot attract what you are chasing. You attract what you are aligned with. And if you are aligned with being a whole, complete, and fulfilled human being, you will attract a man who wants to be a part of that completeness. You will attract a man who runs towards you, not away from you. Let me tell you a story. I knew a woman. She was dating a man who was very successful, very driven, and very much in his own world. He was a busy man. And because he was a busy man, he wasn't able to give her attention 24/7. Her friends told her he was playing games. They told her he was probably seeing someone else. They told her to give him an ultimatum, but she didn't listen. Instead, she took that energy and put it right back into herself. She started painting again. She started a small business. She went to the gym. She started reading books she had put down years ago. She became interesting again. She became joyful again. And do you know what happened? That man started calling her. He started showing up at her door. He started making time that he didn't have before. He started pursuing her. Not because she demanded it, but because he realized what he was missing. The distance didn't push him away. The distance made him realize that he needed to step up. The distance made him realize that this woman was special. That woman knew the secret. The secret is that the distance isn't the enemy. The distance is the truth. Now, let me take you deeper into this, because what I just told you is the foundation. But the real power lies in understanding why this works. You see, when you are a woman with a purpose, when you are a woman with a mission, when you are a woman who has something to do that doesn't involve him, you become magnetic. You become mysterious. And men, we love the chase. We love the feeling of discovering something new about the woman we love, something we didn't see before. But when you are constantly available, constantly waiting, constantly hovering, there is nothing left to discover. The mystery is gone. And when the mystery is gone, the attraction starts to fade. You have to understand that a man's love is not the same as a woman's love. A woman's love grows through connection, through talking, through sharing, through being together. A man's love grows through respect and admiration. He falls in love with what he admires. And what does he admire? He admires strength. He admires independence. He admires a woman who can stand on her own 2 feet. He admires a woman who doesn't need him, but chooses him. That is the key right there. She doesn't need him. She chooses him. And there is a massive difference between those two things. Let me tell you something about men that might sting a little, but it's the truth. We are simple. We are not complex creatures when it comes to our basic needs. We need to feel respected. We need to feel needed for what we can provide, but not suffocated by that need. We need to feel like we are winning. When you are constantly calling us, checking on us, asking us where we are, what we're doing, who we're with, you are communicating one thing to us loud and clear. You are telling us that you don't trust us. And when a man doesn't feel trusted, he doesn't feel respected. And when he doesn't feel respected, he checks out emotionally. He might still be physically there. He might still be in the same house. He might still be sleeping in the same bed, but his heart, his mind, his spirit, they are already gone. He is just going through the motions. But when you do it right, when you give him space, when you trust him, when you show him through your actions that you are secure in who you are and secure in what you have together, something magical happens in his mind. He starts to think, wow, this woman is different. She's not like the others. She's not trying to trap me. She's not trying to control me. She's confident. She's secure. She believes in me. And let me tell you, when a man feels that a woman believes in him, he will walk through fire for her. He will move mountains for her. He will do anything to prove that her belief in him is not misplaced. This is the part that so many women miss. They think they are showing love by holding on tight. But what you are really doing is showing fear. And fear is not attractive. Fear is contagious. When you are afraid, he becomes afraid. He starts to feel like he is responsible for your happiness, your security, your entire emotional state. And that is a burden that no man can carry. That is a weight that will crush any relationship. You cannot make another person responsible for your happiness. That is not love. That is dependency. And dependency is the opposite of love. Love is free. Love is generous. Love is trusting. Love is giving someone the space to be who they are while you are busy being who you are. And when two people are free, when two people are whole, when two people are complete on their own, that's when they come together and create something unstoppable. I want you to really think about this. Think about the times you felt most in love. Were you in love because someone was clinging to you? Or were you in love because someone made you feel free? Were you in love because someone was checking your phone? Or were you in love because someone was cheering you on? Were you in love because someone was making you feel guilty for having your own life? Or were you in love because someone was celebrating your success? The answer is clear. Love thrives in freedom. Love suffocates in captivity. And the moment you understand that, the moment you truly internalize that, is the moment you stop fearing distance and start using it as a tool to bring him closer. Now, let me talk to you about something that scares most women more than anything else. Silence. The quiet. The moments when you are not talking, not texting, not filling the air with words. Most women are terrified of silence because they interpret it as disinterest. They interpret it as him pulling away for good. But let me tell you a truth that will set you free. Silence is not the enemy. Silence is where the real connection is built. Silence is where a man processes his feelings. Silence is where he figures out what you mean to him. When you are constantly filling the space with noise, with questions, with demands for reassurance, you are robbing him of the opportunity to miss you. You are robbing him of the opportunity to realize your value on his own. Think about it this way. If you are eating the most delicious cake in the world and you keep eating it every single minute of every single day, eventually you get tired of it. It doesn't matter how good it is. You get numb to the taste. You stop appreciating it. But if you have that cake once in a while, if you savor it, if you look forward to it, it becomes the most amazing thing in the world. You crave it. You dream about it. You can't wait to have it again. That is exactly how a man's mind works with love. When you are always there, he takes you for granted. It's not because he's a bad man. It's because he is human. Familiarity breeds complacency. Absence breeds desire. And that is not a game. That is human nature. That is psychology. That is the way we are wired. I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking, but Steve, if I give him space, won't he just forget about me? Won't he just move on? Won't he find someone else who is giving him attention? And I understand that fear. I really do. But that fear comes from a place of thinking that you are not enough. It comes from a place of thinking that your value is dependent on his attention. And that is the very thing you need to heal. If a man can forget about you because you gave him a little space, he was never yours to begin with. If a man can be stolen by another woman because you weren't hovering over him, then you didn't have a real relationship. You had a hostage situation. And a hostage situation is not love. The women who win in love are the women who are not afraid to lose. They are not afraid to walk away. They are not afraid to say, I love you, but I love myself more. I respect you, but I respect myself more. I want to be with you, but I don't need to be with you to be whole. That is powerful. That is the kind of energy that makes a man sit up and take notice. That is the kind of energy that makes a man realize he is dealing with a queen, not a pawn. When a man knows that you have options, when he knows that you are valuable, when he knows that you are not desperate, he will fight to keep you. He will protect you. He will cherish you. He will move heaven and earth to make sure he doesn't lose you. And here is the beautiful part. When you stop chasing him, when you step back, when you let the silence do its work, you are not just changing how he sees you. You are changing how you see yourself. You are reclaiming your power. You are reminding yourself that you are a prize. You are reminding yourself that your worth is not tied to any man's approval. You are reminding yourself that you are whole, complete, and amazing all on your own. And that is the ultimate gift. Because when you feel that way, you don't need him to chase you. You don't need him to text you every hour. You don't need him to validate you. You are already validated. You are already enough. And when you are already enough, everything he gives you is extra. It's a bonus. It's a gift. And you receive it with gratitude, not with desperation. Now we come to the final piece of this puzzle. The part that will truly transform your relationships forever. Because everything I have told you so far leads to one beautiful, powerful truth. When you step back, when you stop chasing, when you trust the silence, when you pour into yourself, you are not pushing him away. You are building a bridge. You are building a bridge that he will want to cross. You are creating a space so inviting, so peaceful, so full of light and love that he will naturally want to be there. He will not feel forced. He will not feel trapped. He will not feel like he is being dragged. He will feel like he is coming home. And that is the ultimate goal. Think about the strongest relationships you have ever seen. The couples who have been together for 20, 30, 40 years. The couples who still look at each other with love and respect. The couples who have weathered every storm life has thrown at them. What do they have in common? They have mutual respect. They have trust. They have space. They have their own lives, their own friends, their own hobbies, their own passions. They come together not because they have to, but because they want to. They choose each other every single day. And they choose each other because they are free to choose. There is no chain. There is no cage. There is no guilt. There is just love. Pure, genuine, unforced love. And that is what I want for you. I want you to experience that kind of love. I want you to know what it feels like to be with a man who adores you, who respects you, who cherishes you, not because you demanded it, but because he realized on his own that you are irreplaceable. And the only way to get that is to be irreplaceable. And you become irreplaceable by being unapologetically you, by being a woman who knows her worth, by being a woman who has a life so full that a man has to make room in it, not the other way around. By being a woman who is not afraid of losing anyone because she knows she can't lose herself. You see, the world is full of women who are afraid of being alone, afraid of being abandoned, afraid of not being good enough. And because they are afraid, they make decisions out of fear. They stay in relationships that don't serve them. They tolerate disrespect. They accept crumbs. They beg for attention. They lose themselves trying to hold on to someone who is already gone. But you don't have to be that woman. You were not born to beg. You were not born to chase. You were born to be pursued. You were born to be chosen. You were born to be loved deeply, passionately, and unconditionally. And that starts with you choosing yourself first. I want you to leave this message understanding one thing clearly. Distance is not your enemy. Distance is your teacher. Distance reveals who is truly interested in you and who is just passing time. Distance shows you who is willing to fight for you and who was never really in the fight. Distance shows you who values you and who just values what you do for them. And if you use distance wisely, if you use it to grow, if you use it to become a better version of yourself, it will not push him away. It will pull him closer. Because a man who sees a woman who is thriving, who is glowing, who is rising, that man will want to be part of her story. He will want to be part of her journey. He will want to be the one standing beside her. But even if he doesn't, even if he walks away and never comes back, you still win. You still win because you have yourself. You still win because you have your dignity. You still win because you have your purpose. You still win because you are no longer dependent on someone else for your happiness. You are free. And freedom, my friend, is the most beautiful thing a woman can possess. And so we come to the end of this journey, but really, it is only the beginning of you seeing yourself differently. The beginning of you understanding that love is not about holding on so tight that you crush what you are trying to keep. Love is about opening your hands and letting what is truly yours come back to you. And if it doesn't come back, it was never yours to begin with. And that is not a loss. That is a lesson. That is a gift. That is God's way of making room for something better, something real, something that does not require you to sacrifice your peace to keep it. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror tonight. Look into your own eyes and ask yourself one question. Have I been loving myself the way I want to be loved? Have I been honoring myself the way I want to be honored? Have I been respecting myself the way I want to be respected? And if the answer is no, then I need you to make a decision right now. A decision to change. A decision to stop giving your power away. A decision to stop accepting less than you deserve. A decision to stop being afraid of losing someone who was never really adding to your life. You are not too much. You are not too needy. You are not too emotional. You are not too anything. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. And the right person, the right man will see that. He will not run from your depth. He will dive into it. He will not be scared by your strength. He will be inspired by it. He will not be threatened by your independence. He will be proud of it. But you have to give him the chance to see it. And you give him that chance by stepping back, by letting him look at you from a distance, by letting him see the full picture of who you are. Because up close, all he can see is his own reflection. He needs distance to see you clearly. He needs distance to appreciate the masterpiece that you are. So I leave you with this. Stop chasing. Start attracting. Stop begging. Start living. Stop worrying. Start trusting. Trust yourself. Trust your worth. Trust the process. Trust that the right love will find you, not because you forced it, but because you became the kind of woman who naturally draws it in. You are powerful beyond measure. You are beautiful beyond words. You are worthy beyond question. And the distance you are so afraid of, that distance is not the end of your love story. That distance is the beginning of your power. Use it wisely. Use it boldly. And watch how everything changes. You have everything you need right now, right here inside of you. Go out there and claim it. Go out there and live it. Go out there and love yourself the way you have always wanted to be loved. And when you do, I promise you, the world will show up to love you right back. That is the truth. That is the law. And that is what I wanted you to hear today. God bless you. Now go be great.